Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me. My name is Jacco Opmeer. I'm working for Shell on the Shell OPAS program. And I'd like to give you an update on where we are, what we did in the last 8 months or so, maybe a bit more, because we gave you an update on what we were going to do or were starting to do last year. I think it's fair enough to give you a bit of an insight on what we are doing today and what we've achieved up till now. So bear with me. We're going through the cautionary note, which is important for us as a company. And then we're going to go into the agenda. I'm going to talk a little bit about myself. Most of you have probably seen me here, there or everywhere. I mean, like to give you a refresh and an update on what we're going to do and tell you what's next. I'm going to keep this short. My colleague Bob Whittaker is with you in the room. So, who am I? Been in industry, well, you said for 30 years. It's probably more than 35 years almost. But it's working in this industry most of my life, either in operations or in engineering or in kind of consulting jobs I'm in today. I'm the co-chair of the Open Process Automation Forum, together with Don Bartusiak, and I'm in a number of other end user associations. Let me refresh the test program we presented last year. Do that based on the architecture. And the first thing we started to test was the brownfield program, focused on gateways and the ability to connect to OPAS. So that's what we did. We added gateway. We tested the OPC UA connectivity on the external, the outside of the gateway, not on the native DCS side of the gateway. And we saw really promising results there. So we continued, and we have actually produced a greenfield small instance of a OPAS system. And that's been FAT'd right now, or actually the last couple of weeks and before Christmas, just before Christmas. And that's what we've done. So we've put a system in with a DCN and compute devices, the OCF obviously, and that's what we tested. We tested functionality, etc. What we're now going to do, what actually has been done in the last couple of days or week or so, is combine these two and migrate towards one OPAS integrated infrastructure in our Stitch lab, our Houston lab in Texas. So what have we done? On the right side, you see the infrastructure and the depiction of our existing system we have in our lab. We added the gateway to that, and on the left side, you see the greenfield system we now have in place, which we tested, and actually we achieved both. The tests were pretty promising. Obviously, there's some things we need to find out. We're learning all the time, so that's good as well. But it's certainly these two are certainly checks in the box, if you will. Now, what is the next phase? Phase 2 is actually to combine those systems and start testing on that new platform. Bottom up, we will try to get applications running on both sides in the control space, which means PID control on both sides. See how that works with the existing HMI and infrastructure. And actually on the TOPS side, so the north side of what we would call now the OCF backbone, or level 1 on the right side. We want to move applications from the existing system to the new ACP structure infrastructure that's available. By doing that, we will be able to understand what the implications are if we do that, and where we still need to work on solutions. This is the next step in our program for this year, amongst others. So this is the depiction of that. So what's next in 23 and beyond? Again, we will continue the testing, and obviously we want to expand that with certified products. So we'll certainly make a plea to the suppliers, go and have your products tested. We do want to test them, maybe not all in the same time, but we certainly want to test to get a good view on what the capabilities are, where we still need to do things or work on. So that's one thing. There's an internal process. We have to go through a stage gate for that to show that the maturity of the technology is there. I learned from the first project. So we've did some discoveries in our early testing, and that were actually fed back into a project that was right there and willing to take that. So we're learning from that. So as you can see, with these test trials we're doing, we're already pushing technology we think is fundamentally supportive of what we're trying to do. We push that into our projects if we can. Develop the readiness for field trials and project implementation. Well, that's a big thing, because you have to think about how you're going to make your project people aware that this technology now is available. Make sure they're not going to fall back on what they know, but really make the step forward. Excuse me. That's what we mean by this. There's a lot in that funnel, if you will. We want to explore the 4099 applicability a bit further. We've done apart from what is shown here, we've done a field trial or a very successful field implementation of the UAO runtime. And we'd like to expand on that further. We also run the UAO runtime on our test bed to develop further. We believe that 4099 is an important element in what we need in the future. So that's why we are bringing this further. We need to work on our information and data standards. What I mean by that is that with an open system, you get a lot of information through all the layers in your system. You're still going to have through all the different users of that information, and you need to standardize on that and make sure that there is a good information model. Some of you might be aware of the industry things that are going on, like RAMI or the asset administration shell in the Namur. That's the standardization we're working on to get an alignment within Shell. So work with the industry partners is the next thing we're also doing on the side. We've got a large installed base. We're not going to throw anything away, but we do want OPAF to be the next step. So that's what we're working on, the lifecycle migration. And beyond 23, yeah, obviously we're focusing on field trials and projects, and we like that to be based on certified products. So this gives you a little bit, and now I have to shut up. I think Harry gave me 10 minutes, but this gives you a bit of an insight on what we're planning and what we're doing. We'll keep you informed going forward, and I'm sure you will have questions. And as I said, Bob is in the room, so Bob, good luck. With that, I want to close out. Thank you for having me, till next time. Thank you very much.